Alright guys, welcome back for some more Warno. Today we're doing the 8th Infantry Eugen deck challenge. We've completed all the others so far, so going to be moving on to this guy. Let's open it up. Now 8th is historically a division I've really struggled with playing. Like, it's been great when I played it, I just personally struggle with playing it. I don't know what it is, but I just find myself having a hard time most of the time when I play it. But this division we're going into, so I think it's going to be pretty interesting, actually. So we've got 3 cards of supply, which is great. None of them are upvetted. Ideal. We've got a mech rifles leader, mech rifles dragon, mech rifles law, mech rifles law. So only 3 squads of mech rifles, but they're all upvetted, which is great. We've got an engineer's flash, 2 cards of TOE2, an MP patrol, and rangers at 2 vet. I mean, yeah, sure. This seems okay, actually. I like that the mech rifles are vetted. Rangers are really up vetted. They should be pretty good. I'm not sure I'd go with 2 TOE2s, but it can be nice depending on the matchup. And the Engineer's Flash is good. Everything in M113s does make us a little slow, but we do get all that fire support with the 50 cals, so not too worried about that. We get 2 M110s. Great. Really strong point of the division, so that really works. And then we get a mortar card. Perfect for smoke. Yeah, good arty tab to me. As for the tank tab, we've got M60 CV, M60s at base vet, the M1 Abrams command, and then 3 cards of base vet M1A1 Abrams. God, I mean, not how I would build it, but I mean, hey, it could work for us. I obviously would prefer vetted tanks, but like having access to M60s and like 12 M1A1 Abrams, that's pretty good. Covers us through the game. Like, we're going to be able to grind. We just got to kind of babysit a bit and maybe put our MP patrols with them. But like, yeah, that's not too shabby. In terms of recon, we got scouts with the ACAV. Yeah, that's fine. LRS, which is good. M13A1 Bradley, upvetted. Not ideal, but still have some. That's right. And a Kyle Warrior, pretty decent. Get 2 cards of Stinger at 1 bet. PVADs and an Eyehawk. Dude, you know, that's not too bad. That's an alright AA tab. I like the PVADs, like upvetted PVADs. Really nice. I probably wouldn't go for 2 cards of Stingers, but like, they could be pretty good. That one. 10 Stingers, not too shabby. 2 cards of Toe Cobra. I think I would have liked like a standard Cobra mixed in, but I like having the helis about. In terms of air, we've got 1 card of F16s, the LGB F111, the HE F111, and an A10 AT. It's not great, but like not bad. Do you know, this deck overall is like, this is okay. I can fuck with this deck. We can make this work, I think. Yeah, let's crack on with it. I'll see you guys in the game. Alright guys, here we are in game with 8 Infantry. I'm going up against I'm a Whale, playing as a 6th Alaska. Currently my only member on the channel, so well, this is just for you. GG. You played this one a little while ago, but I'm finally getting to it. So my strategy, you can probably guess from where I'm going. I've got a main focus of my forces over onto this side of the map on 2 ways, and then I'm accepting that he's going to get into the town on the right, and my plan is simply to contest the point. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just setting up some units, some screening units, so he doesn't get into the back line, and I'm just going to contest golf, because I know I'm not going to win that fight if I try and rush for that end. So I'm happy to just kind of grind the town out and try and win over here. Now in the middle, I've got my LRS coming in. This guy's at 2 vet, I've got ACAVs coming up, I've got scouts, I've got a nice mix of forces, and then I've got 5 PVADs to start with. Now my thinking with this is, going up against 6th US, I don't really want to play the RNG game with like my Chaparrals and Eyehawks to begin with. I'd much rather just have consistent damage with the PVADs, and you'll see it come into play. It's really handy. So I just kind of create like kind of a death zone on this left-hand side where most of my forces are. So if he does want to bomb over here, he's going to have to fly over like 5 of the PVADs, and they're all going to get damage off. Well, that's the idea, at least. They're at Vet 1, so like they got 40% accuracy. Like PVADs are absurd. Like honestly, they probably need an accuracy nerf, because like at Vet 1, 40% is wild, especially with the 10 salvo length. As you can see, I'm just setting up my positions here. I've got mech rifles coming in, I've got M60s coming up, my mech rifles leader. And you can see I've got a mix of like where the PVADs are. So some are going to this forest. They're going to stay and maintain the middle. I've got one just in here. It's going to help cover against helis here. And also, when the aircraft come in to strike in the middle of the map, which is the most likely position where I'm predicting them to strike, because that's where most of my units are, that's where the fight's happening. The planes are going to come in, they're going to get hit by these PVADs. They're most likely going to swing out to this side here, and that's why I got the two PVADs over here as well. So not only are they protecting against helis, but they're also going to be protecting and trying to finish off aircraft that swing over this direction. You can see we picked off that scout that Whale didn't quite manage to unload in time. So the scouts don't have AT, so kind of survived that, but it was lucky I had the mech rifles lore there. Now over on the right hand side, you see I've got some rangers in Blackhawk just waiting here. I'm hoping maybe I can try and get into the back line. You can see me trying to ping around there. Got an F-16 circling, ready to contest the air if I need to. And you can see I've got my mech rifles dragons in position. And at this point, I'm kind of wondering, did he even go for the town? I'm not 100% sure. So I start pushing up M113s on the flanks. I don't want them to fight in the town because they'll just get picked off by the AT, but they can provide some nice fire support out of range of a lot of his units from the outside. So I'm going to use them for that. Now, we start to get into an infantry grind over here. You got the Pathfinders, Airborne Dragon. I've got two mech rifles lore. These guys are pretty good. Obviously not as good as they were before, but 9 men, 2 MGs. I've Vet 1. M113 is doing some supporting fire onto these Pathfinders. It's a pretty good situation. I got PVADs pushing up as well. I see a Stinger start to pop out there. One of my F-16s running out of fuel, pulls back. Got another F-16 coming in. The annoying thing with American Air is the autonomy is down at 140 seconds. It doesn't matter too much in this matchup because we're both NATO, but like going up against Pact, that can be a serious disadvantage and something that needs to get fixed because Pact Air has like 240 seconds. The fighters at least on their like autonomy, so it's not ideal. I begin hunting down this AB Stinger. One of my PVADs does get picked off by the Navy SEALs, but then I'm like, right, concentrate fire the mech rifles, and that's 4 MGs against the 4 MGs there. But because of them having 2 squads, it's a much better fight for me. He's only going to really be shooting at 1 at a time, and so he's doing suppression damage and fighting this one. Well, this one is getting all its shots off that it needs to, and you can see I'm starting to win that fight. See the Prowler's coming in just as I bring an LGB bomber in to try and take out the Navy SEAL. So the Prowler goes over, I got no radar AA, doesn't matter. Bomber comes in, takes out mech rifles, and here you'll see the PVADs going to work. You can see the damage they do. Flies over these ones, dead. So that's a massive kill. And we're even doing like some damage against the Prowler, right? Stinger gets a nice hit there, but the PVADs do little ticks of damage, little consistent damage, which just means it takes longer to bring that Prowler back in every time. As you can see, there's some small engagements going on the right as I'm slowly pushing forwards, trying to hunt this CV down. From the angle of the zone, I know it's kind of roughly over in this corner here somewhere. It's in there, so I'm starting to push these guys around the flank. Figure he's probably got units in here, but maybe not back here. So I'm trying to collapse those units. I unloaded the Rangers early. I was a bit scared that they were going to get caught out. You can see. Got a heli around there, just scouting it out, so no point risking it. Back in the middle, you see M113s trying to charge forwards towards the Airborne Dragons. I'm just trying to grind efficiently in this forest. And it's working pretty well. One of the mech rifles has survived off the 2 M113s. M60's getting forced back. I've got kind of a lack of infantry recon, but I push up the M113 ACAV. Not ideal. It's going to get taken out. But I got some engineers flash here now. More M60s all arriving. Over on this side, you can see push my units up to the edge of this forest, trying to gain a bit more positioning. Got some supplies coming up as well, and the PVADs have pushed forwards into a more advantageous spot. AB Stinger we finally found. The Airborne Dragon gets found by the M60, starts getting targeted. M60 is a base vet here. A little bit rough for the cohesion, as you can see. Gets stunned and low cohesion already. Going to be pretty bad for us. F16 overextends on this side. My Dragon got taken out, unfortunately. That got bombed and the F16 goes down, so not a great turn of events for me. My Mech Rifles Dragon is hunting for the CV. Can't quite find it. I've got F111 FHEs coming in. They're not great, but it's the bombers I've got in the deck, so I'm going to have to use them. And you can see we're starting to do some damage. I get into the church trying to spot the CV, pick off an ACAV. I think this is the CV there, yeah. But then we get killed by all the fire support units in there. So there's quite a bit there. We finally kill the Navy SEALs in the middle, and I start pushing to the edge of the forest, so I feel pretty confident I've got a good handle on this forest zone here. Pathfinders get exposed in the middle, so I get targeted by the M60. Spot a security patrol. Really nice unit, actually. Engineer's Flash. Makes quick work of them. Engineer Flash are kind of like glass cannons. Only 5 HP is a little rough for close range infantry, but they do get another reload of the flashes. 8 ammo. It could be really strong. You've just got to micro them properly. You're in for a good time. Scouts and Mech Rifles Law getting targeted by this 3-vet 50 cal Jeep, which is pretty nasty. We're doing a little bit of damage with the scouts, but I just bring the PVADs over to quickly end this situation. It certainly does a good job of that. Humvee Tow gets spotted and pushed back. You can see on this side my forces have kind of collapsed a bit, so I'm like, right, I'm going to get some Engineers Flash, I'm just going to bring him into the edge of the town. I'm just going to make sure I hold this zone, not try and overextend again. I don't want him breaking free back to Foxtrot, and I want to keep my CV in this zone, because he's on a +2 at the moment. He's up 500 points. I'm making ground in the middle. I've got a good position on this left-hand side, so I feel confident I'm eventually going to be able to take this this middle sector, and then I can look at seeing how I can take Alpha maybe, or swing round, cut off the reinforcements of Golf, and then push in. F16, overextending again. The Eagle's chasing it. I'm trying to draw it over the PVAT, and then I know it's faster than my F16, so I tried to use that to turn into it, so it overextended, and there you can see we did some damage, and it got away. I was lucky to not get hit there, but I felt like my tactics were right. Kind of avoiding drawing it towards my AA, and then as soon as it started closing, turn into it to lessen the amount of time that it's got on target, and hopefully it overextends. And maybe if I don't get stressed or forced to EF or hit, I can swing back behind it as it goes over my AA and get some shots onto it. That was the thinking. Kind of worked. We survived. That's the important thing. Discovered some Airborne Dragon in here, so we're just gonna pull back here. Try and keep these Mech Rifles Law alive. It's the name of the game with 8th. You just want to be efficient and grinding efficiently, keeping your units alive. You can see more units got into here, but I got an Engineer Flash here ready. And you can see it does a great amount of damage, forces these units to move. Unfortunately, don't pick off these guys before they get in. But yeah, you need supplies with it, and I was a little lackluster getting supplies over to this side. You can see I've got them on this side. Getting the Engineer Flash ready to go. I've got Arty in now. It's going to be microing in. I'm just trying to snipe the CV in here. And I was right. I knew where it was, because you can see the line, right? And I see it move across, so I know it's going to be in here. So I just target the middle of the forest there. Hope I catch it. Seems a worthwhile use of it, at least for the moment. See the Cobra pushing forwards now. But I've got a Stinger here ready to do that. It's done some good damage to the Eagle. Instantly hits that Cobra. Cobra's going to land. Avoids that second shot. Airborne Dragon. Causing some issues with the M60, it smokes. And then I'm just going to micro around this way to try and deal with the M48s. I also got the PVADs here, which can do some really good work against the Airborne Dragon. Mech Rifles gets taken out. You can see, look at that. Absolutely nasty. Light Rifles recoilless take out that M60. I'm like, yeah, this is not a good situation. So start pulling these guys back. I accept the Engineer's Flash are lost. LGB Bomber coming in, going after the M48. Take one out. It swings over this way. Come again. I'm trying to get a drop off onto the Navy SEALs, but we don't quite reload in time. That would have been really nice. but don't quite manage it. We managed to take out a CV in the mid. There we go. LGB bomber comes back round. Unfortunately, Naval Seals have moved, and the Eagle manages to take it out. We trade shots. The F-16 PVADs gets some shots onto target. Doesn't quite take it out. But with that sniped in the mid, we are on a +1 now. But as you can see, my forces, again, they're having a rough time in the middle of this town. So I'm just trying to pull back. I've got two Cobras here. They're just going to sit on the edge of the town. Either force him to extend his AA and keep my CV safe, or he might send aircraft against them. Hopefully I can trade that out. As you can see, I'm getting in Eyehawks now. Got a pair of Eyehawks coming into the mid. I really should have spread them out, to be honest. Probably maybe one over here and one here. That would have been better. And then one on this side, and would give me really good coverage. Putting them together, not ideal, especially this close. They can get bombed or can be tricky to target stuff, especially with this mountain, right? Like that can block the line of sight. Stinger getting caught out by this M48. It's going to push up the M60. M113 Dragon. Mac Rifles Law is going to push forwards as well. Just going to try and pincer in these units. LRS are pushing across here, and hopefully they can get some side shots. You can see I'm just collapsing on all sides. Mac Rifles Law to draw fire. Unfortunately, might have pulled them back, but the M113 Dragon gets a kill. There was also a ACAV killed over in the middle as well, next to the two M60s. You see, he's got his recordless rifles in here now, and I'm like, oh fuck, my Eyehawks are just there. Units are going down. It's not ideal. You can see my M1 082 is just there. I really should move that away. Here come the planes. And see, I think they were going after the M1 082, and they just lost line of sight. But the Eyehawks get their shots on target, destroy that Corsair. Prowler wasn't quite in position, and it did take some damage. Stingers are gonna, I think the Stinger goes down here. Not sure. Engineer's Flash getting caught out. I've only got one there. Trying to pull him back. You can see the recordless rifles doing a ton of damage. Managed to pick that off. Pushing my other Engineer Flash forwards for the moment. Got another Mech Rifles Law in just to cover us. M60s trying to push up to engage the M48. Can be pretty dangerous. 19. It's got more pen. Got a spicy round. We got the bad rounds, unfortunately, but we got that full range. Definitely does help. F-111F HE bomber coming in, just circling, waiting for targets. As you can see, I'm building up my tow Cobras. One got damaged, I'm going to land it there. There they are. The Mech Rifles Law are going to push forwards. They're in the open, not ideal, but they've got all those MGs. They're 2 vet. This guy's at 1 vet. He's pushing in. I'm just collapsing on these guys. Here comes the bomber. Targeting in between the two units, so the spread gets them both. You can see. Unfortunately, we kind of missed that guy. Take out that guy. But we're just going to push in after that one. Take him out. Gets another CV in here, so he's back up to a +2. As you can see, I've got some supplies, Engineer Flash, and Mech Rifles Law there. Unloading early. It's a cordless rifle unit there. Stingers are trying to push forwards to go after the tow Cobra, and you can see overextending, so he's going to lose that Stinger, which is ideal for me, as I continue to pull my Mech Rifles leader back. This left-hand side, you can see LRS in a good spot now. I've got scouts pushing up. I'm slowly collapsing in on this town over here, so I continue to grind the mid. More Engineers Flash come in here, and I'm like, great, I can keep grinding. I've got a lot of these Flash units. I feel pretty good about fighting in these forests. A10AT comes in over on this side. You see, takes out the tow Cobra. Wasn't very responsive to this. I pushed up these two tow Cobras, but I've got no AA on this side, and the Eyehawks can't fire because the mountain's in the way, and it's at low altitude. So I really got punished for that. I should have been way more careful. Tow Cobras do a decent job here, doing some damage onto the light rifles, which is, you know, it's great for me, but the A10 just comes in and fucking deletes them. It's pretty brutal. Now, he does make a mistake with the A10, I believe. I think he swings it over the middle here. So we've got another fight going on again. Engineers Flash and Mech Rifles mixed in, so they're doing a good job. M110 providing nice fire support into those units there. Yeah, you can see as I bring in my A10, I'm going to go duel him. He flies over the mountain, exposes the Eyehawks, almost kills that M60, but gets taken out there. My A10 tried to duel an F15, didn't go well. And so, like, it's really, like, quite a cut map in terms of, like, my AA coverage. Like, on this side, great. Like, killing loads of stuff. This side, like, next to nothing. It's really not ideal. But I am winning on this left-hand side. As you can see, pushing infantry back there. I've got plenty of M60s in position here. I need some infantry to manage to push in there. You see the A10s coming in. One M60 goes down. I managed to smoke off the others. There's a recon A10 over here. things are bad. I need supplies. I haven't been resupplying my Hawks. The PVADs need to help push up with these units. But I think my main focus is kind of over here. I've still got the PVADs. I've got an M1 Abrams command. Pushing into the town. I got Mech Rifles Law coming up. I'm feeling in a really nice spot to take Alpha, or at least contest it. Bring out the F-16 AA. Hopefully try and deal with some of these A-10s, which I know are about. Here you go, we're going after that recon A-10. Get a nice hit there. Get some guns on target. Fly past it. It's unfortunate, we're out of missiles as well. Kinda sucks only having 4 missiles on the F-16. Sure was a few more. We found the leader, so I'm pushing these units towards it. I'm picking off and hunting down light rifles in the forest here. Just doing what I need to do. Engineer's flash comes across UMC security units over on this side. So we're trying our best, but again, it's that 5 HP and he's really outnumbered here, so he's going to get taken out. As you can see, M1 Abrams in on this side. The PVADs are pushing forwards. I'm going to try to deal with that Tow Cobra. Spot the Pathfinders. They're doing good damage to the scouts. Going to take them out. So I lose line of sight, which is unfortunate. But I have got infantry and LRS pushing into the town. So feeling pretty good about that whole situation. NG Rifle Leader is going to go down over here. And this is controlled, at least for the moment. Again, supply situation is pretty grim in the middle. Like, these guys are all kind of damaged, out of ammo. M60s are damaged. These guys are getting picked off. We do kill the leader, which is great for us. It's an equal tick at the moment of everything contested. Managed to spot the Pathfinders. LRS are going to be moving their way up towards the church. Try and spot the CV in the back. The Prowler comes in. But again, I've got Eyehawks are out of ammo. And he goes over the PVADs. And you'll see, like, it's just insane. There's one burst. 2 bursts. Just so much damage. Here come the A-10s. Going to be going after the PVADs, trying to clear it for the Tow Cobras to come in and do their work. I believe that's the recon one, but he couldn't quite spot them in time. And look what they do. They're nuts. They're honestly nuts. I really think they need a nerf. Because it is insane. Like, these ones at 2-vet, right? 45% accuracy. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. You can't seed them. Like, I think they actually got stronger when they lost the radar tag. Which is wild. Pathfinders slowly getting picked off. You can see I've got my LRS here. Spot the CV. I'm like, great. Just got some supplies coming up to my M110. I'm going to use that. I'm going to go target that CV. We've got that +3 at the moment because we're holding center. We've got more stingers over onto the right-hand side. USMC security coming in. All my units are damaged still. I'm like, that's not really a fight I want to be taking. So I start pulling back. M110 going after that CV. I want to stop this 2 HP Mech Rifles Law dying to the USMC security, so I pull back the 4 HP Mech Rifles Law to take the fire and slow down the USMC so this one can escape. Just little tactics like that to just be a little bit more efficient in grinding. And you can see I've got my supply pushing up so I can get the flash ready to go. The Mech Rifles Law are going to pull a bit further back. I've got a dragon there. It's just going to stay there, and he's going to be like kind of the warning if I need to pull back further. As you can see, the M110, the CV did move here. So I'm just going to retarget the M110. It came into this forest patch here. With the LRS in the woods, I know it's not in like these bits, so it's got to be there. So that's where I target. Assuming I'm gonna hit it. Got M113s all about. Mech rifles law coming in. I got more supplies heading towards the middle, and I've got a bunch more mech rifles all coming in. That's 5 squads of mech rifles all heading towards the center, just to help me grind. M60s are coming in as well. Taking these airborne dragon as he's pushed in this flank. You can see the M113 got hit there, but my supplies are here just in time. I'm gonna start repairing all these units, so the flash are ready to go. Mech rifle starts getting engaged. Wasn't quite on top of my micro there, but I start pulling him back, start pushing these other units forwards. And as you can see, here come the engineers flash. I absolutely win that fight. Cobra's causing issues. I'm trying to pull my units away. I know that's a big problem. I don't want to get hit by that. M60's taking a lot of damage. I've got my 2 F111 bombers coming in and just hitting the back of that zone, trying to get another tick there. A10 ATs coming forwards. Highhawks are currently turned off. They should be turned on. But I think I'm worried about the Prowler. The F-16 gets nice shots on the A10 AT. The PVADS comes forwards, takes out the Cobra, and then starts pulling back. My mech rifles push forwards to try and deal with the M113s. But they're kind of getting fucked up a bit. They get some nice hits. I'm like, this, and the Alaskan Cav Scouts come up. I'm like, fuck, that's recordless rifles. That's gonna fuck me up. So instead, I push up the M60s. I know they can tank a decent amount of shots from the recordless rifles, and I'm gonna push the flash forwards as well. Try and displace the Cav Scouts as much as I can. He's got infantry pushing across the open here, trying to engage that with my M60s, doing an alright job. But you can see the combination here. Flash, stun, force it to move, M60s get the fire spot on target. It keeps them alive for longer. USMC getting kind of fucked up here, try to push towards the AT4. M60s forced to smoke, leader's gonna pull back, and then my mech rifles law are all just gonna charge in with that MP patrol M67. Over on this side we can see a bunch of M48s pushing forwards, so I preemptively smoke off my M1 Abrams, pull back the PVAD's outline of sight, and I got an M1A1 at base bet here, and he's just going to sit at this range and just engage all of these tanks. Eagle's coming in, takes out the A10 AT. We managed to take out a Prowler with the PVADs and Stingers. This guy's at vet 3, 50% accuracy. Ugh, it's disgusting. But you can see this Abrams can just sit here and just tank. As I am pulling back these mech rifles law against those recordless rifles. They're really efficient and grinding. You can see he's pushing up in the mid here with these M48s. Did lose, I think, an M60 hit? No, it's just there. But I'm pushing forwards all these units. Mech rifles, dragons pushing up as well. We're at vet 2 because they're close to the CV, although they'll start to go out of that. But that's going to really help them out. 65% accuracy, and obviously it's the suppression as well, which is going to be good. We do lose a PVADs, but this is a great engagement for us. Stop picking those M48s off. That 18 pen is really nice, and then he surrenders. Take a look at the KD, 1.33 to 1. It was a good game. It was a close, grindy game. There was definitely some mistakes on my part, but we get the win with 8th Infantry. And yeah, it's an interesting division. M110 doing a good job sniping those CVs. The PVADs are just nuts. It is crazy how strong they are. But yeah, that's 8th completed. I'll catch you guys in the next challenge.